turning into the Hulk.
My God.
What?
Bro, when he turns into the Hulk, like the podium,
Yeah.
it just
yeah.
pops up.
What? I posted that on the... That's the shot I got that I posted on the movie pod story.
Funny.
As you guys can tell, we're talking about Captain America Brave New World. Welcome back to the movie pod. My name's Isaac, co-host Joseph, right behind me. We just saw Captain America Brave New World on premiere day. It just came out here in Australia. We get it a day early before you American folks. Captain America Brave New World. What do we think? Because going into it, I was excited for it. I was looking forward to really seeing Harrison Ford's Red Hulk. I was excited for that. Obviously, I knew we wouldn't get much of him because...
No, we didn't get as much of him as... They definitely showed more in the trailers.
Yeah, right? They probably showed half
did.
of what we actually saw of him in the movie, in the
go
trailers.
watch the trailer. You see half of what we see.
They marketed having Red Hulk in this as like the massive thing, and he's only in it at the end. But it was cool to see Harrison Ford in a Marvel movie. Yes. And that was cool, never would I have thought Harrison Ford would be in a Marvel movie, let alone playing Red Hulk. So that's cool, just because Harrison Ford, I like Harrison Ford, who doesn't. But the movie itself, the worst Captain America film, which is expected. Marvel nowadays definitely isn't better than what it was a decade ago, even 5 years ago. But...
it's not the worst.
It's not the worst, no, not at all.
Probably, aside from Deadpool and Wolverine, probably the best thing
in this phase.
Black Panther 2, I want to say. I'd put it on the level of Black Panther 2, but I don't blame Black Panther because of everything that happened. But it's around the same quality, I think.
Yeah, actually.
The rewrites, the pacing of the film, the amount of issues that they have to come up with.
I remember really enjoying Wakanda Forever. It's our most viewed episode on the podcast. Before you were even a co-host, you were just a guest on All Things Podcast.
It's literally my thing that I brag
good
about.
Old days. Really?
It's the only thing I go to.
We got, how many views is it now?
11,500.
11,500 views.
So we introduced with Sam in Mexico, stopping a buy of what we don't know of yet until later in the movie. Actually, that's important.
Very.
So he's in Mexico and he stops it, and he's got vibranium wings and a cap shield. Yeah. Different outfit than what he was wearing in Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Which I haven't seen. I saw that you should watch it before the movie. The only Marvel show I've seen is She-Hulk, which is so funny. The only Marvel show I've seen is She-Hulk. I've seen parts of Loki. That's it. Parts of Moon Knight, but I haven't watched it. You should watch Moon Knight. Moon Knight's one of the better shows. I've started Daredevil actually. WandaVision would have been better if they did anything more with it. Yeah, right. Doctor Strange 2 was pretty much Wanda, the Wanda film. Yeah, it was, hey.
We all know what happens to the end of Vision. We haven't seen him since. I wonder if we will. But, back in Captain America, something that I've liked, and I've complained about it for a while, is in Eternals, they have the Celestial Hand, and they've done nothing with it. This movie came out in 2018. They've done nothing with it. There's been a hand in the middle of the ocean for them longer because they had the 5 years blip. It's actually like 2 years in the future for them right now. Unless we've caught back up.
True.
But that hand's been there for a while. And that hand, Celestial Hand, is made out of adamantium. If you know, you know that's important. Wolverine, blah, 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 blah. And then Ross gets attacked by Isaiah from the show. The Captain America, who was African-American and put in prison because of it and tested on.
30 years.
Yeah, you get all that in the show.
Yeah, you get given that information, actually.
Yeah. And then Isaiah comes back in the movie, but I was a little disappointed. I thought that in the show he was strong and dignified and an important character, but in this he feels
he's that dumb old man.
Down. Yes, he's the butt end of jokes.
Yeah. You laugh at him. He doesn't know what airdrop is or anything like that.
And then he's kind of the crux of the film for a while. He's kind of the problem. And then he's
for first quarter, yeah.
And then you don't see him
until the very end.
Another 40 odd minutes after he getting put back in jail. You just feel sorry for him the entire time. There's no kind of, he doesn't get to go out and beat up Ross. He doesn't get any kind of
redemption, anything like that. Nothing. He's very blank.
He just gets used so that Sam has more emotional value. Yeah, which is fine.
They obviously want to build him.
I would have liked Isaiah to have more of an importance.
It would make more sense too.
They could have.
Yeah.
But then after that, so we then eventually find out the reason why, and it's mind control.
Which really there was no context.
Mind control.
probably one of the worst villains out of like any Marvel movie. I'm gonna say we got no context to him. I didn't like him. He was just some ugly looking guy on my screen. Get the hell off my screen. I want to look at you. Your brain's coming out of your head.
So it's the leader out of the comics. If you know much of him, then hasn't been around. He's been around for a while, I think. But in the movie, he was exposed to gamma radiation, and then General Ross wanted him to help him keep alive by making him pills, and then make him other equipment that and technologies and stuff. He was a lab rat, and he was held there for like 16 years since the Incredible Hulk film. But then he's a bad guy. He controls people with mind control, which we get from Civil War with Baron Zemo, but that's a lot better of a
way better, more context to it. In this,
like, we know why he does it in that. Well, we know why he does it in this, but Baron's got a more compelling story. Like,
we don't even know how he does it.
Because Ross has locked him up for 16 years.
Yes.
He then uses the. Oh wait, no, you're right. How does he get out of that thing and then up onto the military compound where he just kills that guy?
We laughed at that during the movie.
Yes.
He's on he's in the military base or whatever. He's just there. How does he get there?
On a roof,
like
or sorts. Like you walk upstairs to get up there.
Zero sense. He just spawns there.
And there's a radio with like a high pitched thing.
Yeah.
And he just turns a dial and kills a guy that we've been seeing for a while. I don't know that guy, by the way. Who's the guy that he killed? He's friends with Sam.
Military guy.
Friends with Sam, and then he gets his heart turned off by the really loud noise.
Yeah. Because
the leader, the Brainiac, his name's Samuel Stearns. Samuel Stearns, that's it. Yeah, he's just a bit convenient.
Very convenient villain.
We got Moff Gideon at the start.
Moff Gideon, Giancarlo was in it.
We got 5 villains in this movie.
Obviously, Samuel Stearns, the alien guy, whatever the frick he is.
He's supposed to be the one controlling it all.
But also, he plays music, and then that turns people.
You had to see something on your phone?
Yeah, the flashes. That's got what's his name?
Isaiah. But
Isaiah.
When did the F-18 pilots see the flash?
Yeah, exactly. But also, why does that take over their mind?
Yeah, and why can't you just do that to everybody?
Yeah, it makes no sense unless we're missing something.
And then, this is just me, but when they were in the Indian Ocean at the thing with the little battle with the Japanese things, both General Ross President, he was General, and then Prime Minister Osaka.
Prime Minister from Japan, yeah.
They're awful leaders.
Yeah, the politics in this was very outlandish.
It was very easy to get the thing to go, who's voting for President Ross as president?
Yeah.
He's ill-tempered.
Every time! Shut up! I think every episode we've recorded this year.
It's about time, though, because birds are...
It's because of the time we record.
President Ross, he's high-tempered. He did the Sokovia Accords. He's the reason the Avengers broke up in the first place. Who's voting for him?
Yeah. Yeah, how did he get in?
Everybody likes... maybe not everybody likes the Avengers, but to break up the Avengers, and then now his policy is to introduce them back?
Yeah, but he wants to control them. He wants to have the leadership over them. He wants to, show them the direction. He wants them to do things he wants them to do. Yeah. So it wouldn't even work.
Which is the reason that Thunderbolt starts.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts is his Avengers. That's why we're getting that.
Okay, so that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
So Thunderbolts is...
kind of that's what I meant by Suicide Squad.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, back in... Was it the first Avengers... When the government wanted control over the Avengers, Steve was on one side, Tony was on the other side. Civil War.
That's what I mean.
Kind of getting that again.
Zemo.
Yeah.
It's the same story.
We're getting that again.
We're getting Civil War 2.0.
Look, I don't know, Phase 5 so far has been...
Hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
I think the writing has been pretty miss.
Very miss.
Deadpool Wolverine's writing was like...
Quantumania, that's like scrapped with the Kang shit. And then what was it? The Marvels?
Thor. Love and Thunder.
Was that Phase... No, that was Phase 4. That was 2022. Right?
I feel like it came out after Black Panther.
Is Black Panther Wakanda... Wait, what is that?
That'd be Phase 4. That was 2021.
I'm pretty sure Thor is Love and...
It might be the end. I'm just not... To be honest, I haven't kept up with Phase 5. I don't know when Phase 4 ended.
No, it's part of Phase 4.
Right.
Yeah, it came out 2022. birds. Shut up.
So how many do we have? Have we just had 3
We've
movies? Ant-Man.
4. This is why we need guns in Australia so we can shoot birds.
It's your BB gun. Let Dexter outside. You can bark at him.
What bird is that? Like what? Shut up, bro. Shut up. Shut up. Nah, I've lost my train of thought. Thanks a lot.
Phase 5, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man Quantumania, which is just scrap. Ant-Man Quantumania is just scrapped. It's gone. Then we got the Marvels, which was better than we thought, but again, didn't really do shit.
I didn't hate it all that much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was better than we thought, but again,
You know
didn't really
what?
do that much.
The Marvels might be better than this film. In its
Honestly,
writing,
on pair, I gave
in
them
its
both a 3.
writing, in its jokes, its character arcs, I would argue, like at least
That's crazy. That's
at least Miss
crazy.
Marvel has at least the Marvels have more like linear push.
Yeah.
At least did it like now we have 2 new characters in that.
And then we got Deadpool and Wolverine, which I think the bird just wants to become a co-host or something.
Let's bring him on.
And then we got Deadpool and Wolverine, which isn't directly set in the MCU.
No, but it's a stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone, but it doesn't.
It's an
although
outlier.
Yeah, it's an outlier.
It's got a little asterisk next to it. I think I still stand by the story was there to help fix Kang stuff.
Yeah, that's what they had to work around.
We saw a. We'll get to it, but there's a post-credit scene of this, which is important for us to the show.
Yeah.
Series.
And then we got Captain America: Brave New World. Look, Captain America is probably my favorite trilogy in the MCU.
Yeah.
I would say
Guardians.
so. Nah, Guardians isn't for me. I love Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier's
peak.
Winter Soldier's my second favorite MCU film after
Infinity War.
after this one right there. So look, I was going into this one, excited to see Red Hulk and Harrison Ford, but not high hopes on what the story would be. It kind of was all over the place. It was messy. Obviously, there was a lot of reshoots, which I think contributed to how bad the pacing was.
You can just tell.
The pacing was fast and then it was slow. Like, there were bits where
The emotional
nothing was
thing?
happening. Yeah,
How they wanted like Sam to feel. He was sad about Isaiah. He was mad at Ross. He was upset that he didn't have the serum. Like, what was the driving factor in the film for him? I don't know. They changed it up 18 times.
I agree. The emotional value in it was pretty bad. They tried to make us feel sorry for Ross at the end there, when his daughter
Well, the
comes
entire
and the
time,
cherry
yeah.
blossom the whole time.
It's like, I
But
have a
there's
daughter
no
who doesn't speak to me
context to
anymore.
that. Like, we don't. Yeah, you need to build on these characters before you hit us with emotional overload on them. We don't care yet.
And the closest thing Sam had Isaiah, he had Bucky, and he had Joaquin.
Yeah.
Which I think are all strong characters. Bucky
Bucky showing up was the best scene of the
His
movie.
best scene. They had easily the best chemistry.
Definitely, that was the best emotional
just
value of the film.
They
That
they
worked.
talked for like 3 minutes.
And Sebastian Stan was great.
Sebastian Stan is great.
The visuals. Okay, going into the first, I saw one review before this, and it was criticizing the visuals. We've seen worse. We've seen better. It was just straight mid. There was a lot. They tried to cover up a lot of it, with flashes, quick shots, quick cuts. There was a scene where they were doing a bit of choreography, and they had flashing lights
It was a dark
and lots
room.
of cuts. That
There's,
was again to
bright
cover up
flashing lights
bad
and
practice
deep red lights as
choreography. Look, the visuals were fine.
It was pretty. Like, there was the part on the Indian Ocean where there's the hand. And
Like, it
everything.
was
Like,
fine.
they have their cinematic shots.
Voss turning into Red Hulk, we've seen a human turn into a Hulk. That looks better. We've seen it look better. This, it just looks
How did they do
really...
it? In the first Avengers film. That's the thing, Cap. I'm always angry. Turns into it there and punches it.
Yeah.
2010?
2010
12?
or 11 or 12, something like that. Early 2010s.
And then this one, how do they transform him into the Red Hulk here?
That's just, why are visual
They-
effects like on the
No,
down?
it's... Do you want to,
And it's not even that they're on the down. It's not that they're on the down. Visual effects keep getting better. It's these studios overwork their visual effects artists and rush them because they want to get these movies out to make their quick buck. The movie had a $180 million budget, normal for a Marvel movie now. This is expected to open with $90 million. It honestly could
Is
be
that
less.
domestic or is that international?
Well, No, that would be
It'd have to be domestic.
that would be domestic opening. Look,
Yeah.
I don't know how it will go over in the States. I honestly think it'll be less than 90 mil for the weekend. For the weekend,
Yes.
I do. The overall, I think it will get between 500 and 600 worldwide.
That podium scene.
Yeah, when
Like,
he
turns
turned
into
into
Red
Red Hulk.
It's just the presidential podium. The camera's on it, and it's
And-
just really awkward
yeah.
because somehow
They're using that podium to
fits-
hide him turning into
transforming.
It would have
but
been sick to fully see him.
What if but he gets up behind it, and you can see him like stretch out. You don't see him until he's already fully.
Yeah, that's
grown.
what I mean. They didn't want to
Like it's an
do the
intro. You hear him
visuals.
get cranky, and then it comes out, and he's already wide. Like,
Yeah.
shouldn't he be like wider than the? I get it's supposed to be camera. It's
True.
you can do it so that it's cool camera work, where maybe he outsizes the podium,
True.
where he just like grows like out and around the podium and grabs and like crushes it or whatever. This they use the podium to block the fact that they don't want to have to pay for to
Show
build
that,
him.
exactly.
Yeah, they don't want to have to
Exactly.
CGI.
And that's the
turning
thing. Back in
into
the
it.
day, they cared more about perfection than they do now. It's gotten too big, and they make way too much money from it that they become greedy, and it's so unfortunate. But it's the exact same thing like Star Wars.
They spent more money on it. Like, okay,
Look,
Endgame. What was the budget of Endgame?
I'm
200
gonna
million?
guess. I think it was high.
It would have been just on the cast.
280 mil is what I'm gonna guess. 200.
And would you say that was worth it? The CGI and what at 280?
350.
Okay, like that's pretty steep.
That's
but
one of the higher. Yeah, that's
How much
what-
did it make?
It was 350 to 400
How much
million.
did
It made like 2.7 bill. So yeah, true. It made its money back. It made a
How
lot
much
of its
more
money
expensive is that than Captain?
back. Like nearly
200 million? Sorry.
nearly 2 times, because it's 400 mil max 350, and it was 180. And then 2
Yeah,
times.
but so it's like a 200 million more
Yeah,
for Endgame's budget.
and Endgame was an hour longer.
I get it. Endgame.
Also,
bigger,
Captain America: Brave
blah,
New
blah,
World was
blah.
too short. I
Yes.
reckon they could have
150
benefited.
1 hour and 56 minutes.
Yeah, it should have at least
20
hit the
more
2
minutes.
hour mark. Yeah.
20 more minutes.
Like Marvel movies that are under 2 hours, just they have the room for them to make it over 2 hours, and it makes the pacing a lot better. It works so much better.
You could have
They-
given Isaiah something. more.
Exactly. They really missed with him. I
They did.
liked him at the start of the movie. You know, obviously.
Watch-
I watched a recap last night. Screen
Yeah.
Crush's recap, everything you need to know before
Shout
Captain
out.
America: Brave New World, and he talked about him. So that's how I knew of him. But I haven't seen Winter Soldier in the show Falcon.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, they had him at the start, and then they put him in jail, and we didn't see him until the end when he got out.
He says, "Don't come back to me."
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
He says, "Don't don't come see me again."
And President Voss's bodyguard, that short, really short little chick,
Ruth.
she had a big switch up. You know, she was argumentative for the sake of being argumentative.
She comes in as almost.
Yeah.
You think like she comes in with that bad guy feeling.
Yeah.
She's introduced as like the Secretary of Security.
Yeah. And then she just teams up with Sam and what's his name? The guy trying to be Falcon. Yeah, she just teams up with them. Like obviously she realized what was going on, but it was such
Ross
quick,
hadn't done anything
straight
yet
up.
though to tell her like to make her switch up.
No. I
And
think
then
she
is it Sam's
realized
sister
what was going
who
on.
works in the Congress.
But
Who's
I
that?
don't know.
His friend in Washington. I think she's from the show. I think it's his sister. Or
Also-
a friend of something. But like, yeah, when they're holding him at the podium so he doesn't lose his. No one's holding the president like that.
Yeah, no, you're not doing
The
that.
Secret Service can jump on the president,
To
but
protect.
he's just trying to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's trying to talk at
He's
his
giving
podium.
like they need to listen to him. You know, they'll jump in front of him and stuff to protect him. He wasn't getting shot. He didn't need protection
No,
at that very
he
time.
was
He
trying
wanted
to
to
talk.
speak.
And they were denying him
So
that.
unrealistic things like that.
Yeah. They would never have put him on a fucking plane, on a aircraft carrier in the middle of an Indian Ocean.
Yeah, like a lot of it.
How easy that would be to just, if there's a submarine nearby, enemy submarine, how easy it is to
That
hit
was
that,
just
and now
not a
you've
lot
got
of
the president of
context
the
to
US
things.
going. Like maybe it's a thing that happens, but I don't hear many US presidents going to international waters to negotiate.
No.
When they don't even meet up with he didn't even meet up with the Prime Minister. He was just on the boat,
Yeah.
and they called him from the boat.
We also didn't get they didn't really finish with that whole government thing of of those presidents, whatever they were joining the treaty. We didn't really get a
To
clarification
split
on
the
that.
adamantium.
Yeah.
So
Like
we're gonna
that's
get
what it
adamantium
was really
now.
about, and we didn't really get a clarification on that. Like it kind of just forgot about. I know.
No, so it all came to an end. It's the Ross and Osaka treaty. Remember that Sam was telling him when he was in jail at the end? The treaty went through. It's the Ross and Osaka or Osaka treaty.
Look, them finding that new mineral or whatever it is
It's just adamantium. Like it's just adamantium. Like it's the thing that they put in Wolverine.
Okay.
So that's introducing adamantium into the
the MCU. I see where they went with that. Okay.
Yeah, but that's where I think it's gonna get messy. So at the end, the post-credit scene, you have the leader, who just calculates everything. Right? He's just a big smart guy because Gamma. He got some of Bruce's blood, and now he's genius. But he predicts that the other superheroes are coming. You guys thought you were the only ones?
Yeah.
There are more coming.
Yeah. Which is hinting at
So
the Doomsday shit.
yeah, and then we got so
Look, I'm excited for the
Fantastic
future
Four.
of Marvel.
Fantastic Four's coming, X-Men's coming. That's what that's announcing. But so we're getting Doomsday, and then we're getting Secret Wars, and then Doomsday.
Doomsday then Secret Wars, because it was Kang Dynasty then Secret Wars. Doomsday's replacing Kang Dynasty. Which, man, I was excited for Kang. I know you're not too big on him.
It's just too messy. It's too many plot holes.
I know they started it though. Like, how do they explain that? Like,
Doom will kill him. Doom will do something to kill him off. Because now they need to establish Doom as a formidable character. In the comics,
again, they got to introduce
Doom in the comics is scary than.
I already know they're gonna have a scene with Peter when Spider-Man fights him. He takes his mask off, and that's fucking Tony Stark, and he's gonna melt down or some shit. Like that's so predictable that's gonna happen, just for the fact they bring him back, Robert Downey Jr. Which look, I'm okay with it. Then we did an episode on this, but
it's gonna tarnish Iron Man.
It will, especially his death.
It'll either be
it makes sense because of the multiverse thing, and Marvel can get around that thing now because of the multiverse. The multiverse will make Marvel very lazy. But unfortunately,
that's why I didn't like
it works. Unfortunately, it just works. It works.
It only works if you allow it to
Look,
work.
it's lazy, but
you can argue that it works, but then they got to make it so that it doesn't work, because then every trouble that comes up just going to time travel.
Yeah.
Just go back in time.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to do something to make it to cut out the time travel, or cut out not necessarily time travel, but the jumping between planets, because he said that there are other planets.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to do something to cut that out. Otherwise, like, you can argue that you just have an infinite amount. The world gets destroyed. Oh no, just go to a new one.
Exactly.
Like, when there's an infinite amount, then now there's no risk. Now, who cares if your favorite character dies? You'll just get him back from a different world.
Yeah.
There's no risk in it.
Exactly, there's no risk.
If you have an infinite amount of time.
And that removes a lot of the emotional value to these characters. Exactly, prime example, Iron Man sacrificing himself.
Yeah.
Tony Stark sacrificing himself. Oh, well, Tony Stark's back. I know it's a different Tony Stark, but there's his face again.
Yeah. I think, so Secret Wars, the comics,
yeah,
I've told you a bit, it's like a battleground thing.
Yeah.
The Earth is called Battlegrounds.
Right.
And yeah, everyone who goes there is a little bit more souped up. They're a little bit more stronger. But it's a world in which Doom had created, I think. Doom had created it.
So where's Doom from? He would be from...
Latveria.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a made up place.
Alright.
And think. Did you ever play Spider-Man game? PS4?
The PS4 one, yeah.
Do you remember Silver Sable?
Nope.
You remember when the bag... Did you finish the game?
Nope. Okay. I streamed on the gaming pods, wherever the fuck I was up to on the gaming pods.
Did you...
I played
She's got like the silver
5
hair,
parts of
and
it.
she's got like the
Oh,
gun.
yeah.
She's got the jets and shit.
Yeah.
She's from that place.
And that's where Doom's from?
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
There's so much context in Marvel that I do not know. Marvel is too hard to follow for me. There's just so much. I got into Marvel too late. I think that's the problem. I tried
to out of it.
I wasn't a Marvel fan as a kid. I got into it as I started doing content creation. I've watched all the MCU. I caught myself up to it. Heaps of stuff I haven't rewatched twice. Heaps of stuff I don't understand. So we need this guy here because you fill in all those dots for me.
I've gone lazy. Like I've forgotten so much of it.
Yeah, I was just thinking last night.
Had a lot more
I want to rewatch the main trilogies like Captain America's, Avengers, Iron Man's.
I plan on watching X-Men '97.
Is that the animated? Yeah, I heard that was good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Doom can be a good character. Like he's more in the comics. He's more formidable than Thanos. He has the Infinity Gauntlet. In one part, he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, Odin's power, so the Odin Force, and something else. Some kind of celestial power. He's fucking broken. In the comics, Doom goes insane.
Yeah, right. I've heard that. Because I watch Josh from the Den of Nerds, and he loves Secret Wars. He loves the comics. He called it. He predicted that the next Marvel
That's
thing
the
would
stuff
be
I was
Secret
watching
Wars.
3 years ago when I was into it.
Yeah, right.
And then Marvel got shit, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. And look, whether Marvel, we'll have to see what the next Avengers movie's like. That will be the big break, mate. When does it come out?
What? Doomsday 26.
Next year.
Yeah. And then
There's
the year
so
after.
much next year. 1st of May 2026. And then when's the Spider-Man 4 come out? Isn't that May as well? July. So it's after Secret Wars.
The next 2
after Dooms.
Why can't we still be working?
Well, I still do, buddy. You want to jump?
You could now, you're supervisor.
Yeah, I'll get you in. Work floor.
I'll just work.
You work floor with me. I'm the supervisor on floor. I won't get you in trouble. Yeah, here we go. So, Secret Wars is 2027. Doomsday 2026. They're a year apart, like Infinity War and Endgame one.
Doom will die in Doomsday. We won't have RDJ for another 5 years.
Really? You think you're dying Doomsday? So
We
then
won't
who's the
have
villain
him.
of?
We won't have him for more than 3 movies.
So who's the villain for Secret Wars?
He'll be in Secret Wars.
Oh, so he dies in Secret Wars.
No, he'll die in Doomsday. Oh, it's Doomsday.
Doomsday's before.
Oh, well, then he'll die in Secret Wars.
Doomsday's
Yeah,
Avengers 5.
Sorry, yeah, he'll die in Doomsday. He'll die in Secret Wars. Then.
Okay, which makes sense.
Or maybe he dies in Doomsday to break out. He breaks everything.
Yeah.
But I think they gotta.
Do you think they will bring Steve Rogers back? Chris Evans said he won't, but they're gonna do it. I feel like they're gonna bring everyone back. Secret Wars is gonna be like Endgame 2.0. You know, Endgame when they all come in. That's just gonna be. It's gonna happen.
But we haven't had
just
the time
with two
between.
times.
And we don't care. None of our characters have met up. Like, you know what? The Thunderbolts will be the closest thing to an Avengers film that we've had since 2019.
Yeah, true. And I wasn't all that fussed on the Thunderbolts after watching the trailer.
Like, how in.
Like,
Nobody
if
else likes
Thunderbolts is the new Avengers, that's or meant to be, or
No, it won't be.
it's not going to be.
It's kind of like Suicide Squad. Like, it's the evil. Not the evil, but it's like the
More
corrupt Avengers,
corrupted.
if you
Yeah.
will. They do the dodgy stuff.
The dodgy stuff.
They kill people. Like, they'll go on the missions. And
More crime.
not crime, but yeah.
Yeah,
They're not
I
gonna
get
answer
what you mean.
questions.
Yeah.
I don't get why Bucky joins them.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Cause
Considering he just saw how Ross was in this.
Yeah. Well, how old's Bucky now? 110, they said?
Yeah. And Ruth wanted to go him. Ruth wanted to jump him. Nice teeth, nice posture. He's 110. So what?
Yeah, it's funny.
That was funny.
That was funny. Captain America Brave New World has currently 52% on
It's
Rotten
going up.
Tomatoes.
When I checked it, when you were in the toilet, it was 51.
Oh, really? No, it's going up as 1%. The
Hoorah.
audience score hasn't came out just because it hasn't came out in America yet. So we're one of the worst.
Prediction.
Where
What do you want to predict?
Oh,
Sub
shit.
4.
I'm saying 60s.
Yeah, I don't think it'll...
What'd the Marvels get?
48. I'm going to say 48.
What'd the Marvels get?
You
I reckon it'll be higher than the critics score.
think?
Yeah. The
So-
Marvels had 80% audience. Audiences are sometimes just as bad as critics. Wow. And 62% critic.
You know what? No. It will get a high rating because everyone's just going to call Ross Trump. they're going to be happy that the White House gets blown up. Like it'll probably get like 70%.
That's crazy they did that.
No, like
I don't think it's a political
people-
statement. I don't
No,
think
I don't
Disney
think so
or
either.
Marvel are doing that kind of thing. And they had already filmed it before Trump got in office.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, the script was written before Trump
Exactly.
won, so
Exactly.
I suppose they couldn't have any, and nor would Harrison Ford want to. Although Sebastian Stan plays Trump.
Trump in
Trump's
the
in the movie.
Oh, that's so funny. That's actually so funny. I want to rewatch Captain America: Brave New World. I'll probably rewatch it in the next week. It was fine.
Definitely
I didn't hate
could've
it.
been worse.
I didn't hate it. Definitely could have been.
And it
so
has the
much worse.
structure to have
The
been
worst
a
things.
good movie.
I think the worst things about it was the not much context, was the directing wasn't that great alongside the pacing.
Yeah.
But look, we've had better Marvel films, but obviously we've had worse Marvel films.
Well, worse.
It's mid. I give it 3 stars. You're
Yeah.
the same?
Yeah.
Look, we'll give it a few more days to set into our mind. We'll watch it again. I don't see it going up.
No.
I don't, but I
No,
also
it
don't
will
see
not
it
go
going down. I can't see putting it in the 2s.
It'd be if it's 2.5, it's a high 2.5.
Yeah, see, I think it's staying at a 3.
Like
If it would move, it'd go to a 3.5, but I don't think it would.
maybe I would have had to have missed something that I like.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to rewatch Falcon and Winter Soldier. Maybe I don't understand Isaiah properly, but I feel like they
I
just.
want to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier
I
now.
feel bad for his character. His character has been put down
Sure.
the entire time,
Sure,
constantly put down.
sure.
He hasn't had it up.
Yeah.
When is he gonna get it?
Poor guy, bro. In jail, in prison for 30 years. Poor guy, bro. He's just gonna die eventually. He's getting old.
But that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Bucky showing up was the best part.
Is the best part.
And it just added that little bit of emotional depth to it.
Because
and
it's
value.
the same. 'Cause there's a part where Ross is like, "You're not Steve Rogers," and he's like, "I know that. That's the entire show. That's what the show's about. He's not Steve Rogers." But then he brings up that he should have taken the serum, and I like that he
Yeah.
still considers it. And then he says it a bit later to Ross. He's like, "Should have taken that serum," and that was a little funny callback.
Yeah, they brought that up quite
Maybe
a
they
bit.
should have focused on that a little bit more, on the fact that like he's underpowered in a lot of ways, but then he's overpowered in a lot of ways. He's got vibranium wings that just fuck shit up,
Mm-hmm.
but then he doesn't like have them around, which I know is hard, but surely they're like compactable. Tony Stark had his entire armor in a suitcase in Iron Man 2.
That's it.
You telling me that he couldn't have like just
Like,
just a backplate?
The
That
technical advancements work is there. It's done. Like, why aren't they using it?
Shuri, she's still in charge of Wakanda.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Going back to the emotional value, the bit at the end with Sam and why do I keep forgetting his name? The guy that
Ross.
wants to be Falcon,
Oh, Joaquin.
Joaquin. They had a little bit of emotional thing at the
Yeah.
end. It was more, I would say, more emotional than Bucky and Sam's, just because they have that friendship where they turn emotion into
It's
comedy,
almost-
into a laugh.
Yeah, Joaquin's almost got that like older brother thing for Sam.
Yeah,
Sam-
yeah.
Sam-
He's like
Sam's
the
his
younger
older
brother.
brother.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I like the
I like too.
contrast.
I like
Because he's
Joaquin.
just trying to live up to him.
Yeah.
He's just trying to live up to the standards that Sam has put. And he says that at the end of it. He's like, I want to be you.
Yeah. I like that. I'm a fan. Like, this is
Yeah.
I think this is the
He's
first
not-
time I've seen this
He's not
character.
too annoying either. Like, he's not too jarring.
He was introduced in
his
Falcon
comedy.
and Winter Soldier, right? Yeah. So this is the first time I've seen Joaquin.
Oh.
But
But he's not like a
and I like
lumbering idiot.
No.
He's not dumb. He's not as good as Sam.
No.
But
And
he's not a burden.
they did make
Like
him.
a lot of other sidekicks are.
They did injure him on purpose so they could give Sam the
Yeah,
the
but he
front
still had his-
stage.
He still had his moment.
Yeah, for sure. But like, obviously, this is a Captain America movie, and they want to build Sam, which is fine. I'm excited to see Sam more as Captain America. A
I
new Captain
think-
America. I love Steve Rogers as Captain America. Never be better than that. But it's refreshing now to get
Yeah.
someone new.
And I like Sam.
Yeah, I do
and
too.
I like
I
Anthony
do
Mackie.
too. I do like Anthony Mackie too.
It doesn't. Choreography. It doesn't feel like a Captain America
No.
film.
It's different. It's like a whole different. Yeah.
I think it just needs a little bit more grittiness. Something I noticed. You don't see any hard shot, like any tough. Oh, whack! When he gets stabbed with the vibranium thing,
True.
dust on.
True.
When he gets at one point
They
he
did
gets
that a
hit
lot.
with the thing, Like
They did
something
that a
comes
lot.
and whacks him, cuts away.
It was just a cheap way to. Yeah, they did that a lot.
You never saw the oomph of the impact.
No.
And you never felt the grittiness of it. Like he had a mask on. You couldn't really see the expression on his face, which I was always worried about. Like at least Cap, you could see his eyes, and you could see. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
When I say Cap, I mean Steve.
Steve.
Sorry. When you could see Steve, you could see his jawline.
Yeah, true.
His like
his
face,
actual
his teeth,
mouth. Yeah.
and then the eyes around it. You could see the expressions on his eyebrows. With Anthony, with Sam in this, it's like it's the Endgame helmet.
Mm. I'm not a huge fan of the suit either. It looks a little.
The original, like the suit at the start, I thought was better.
The white, and
Blue.
yeah,
Yeah,
it just looks a bit tacky.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. The shield, I don't know. It just
Shield's the
they
same,
they
isn't
tried to make the shield feel still important. Like they did the he
Yeah,
hits off
that's
something.
true.
He
The
catches
shield
it.
doesn't feel as important anymore.
No, that's what I mean. Like they've
True.
when I think Captain America, like the shield, what the shield is, and what they do in the show when John Walker uses it. You haven't seen it, but what he does is he chases down John Walker. He's in John Walker is in Thunderbolts. That even Captain America.
Yeah.
What he does with the shield in there is like he gets real mad and he just goes on someone
Yeah, right.
and it's tainted in blood
Yeah.
and there's a whole mark like
Yeah.
the thing because the shield defensive.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to stab. It's not supposed to.
No, it's an offending weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so John Walker uses it to like.
Sam used it
Which
a
is
lot more
brutal.
to attack.
Yeah, I don't know. And then it just. He used it a little bit. There was a part where he threw it with the planes,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
and it went like it hit four and then came back.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. When Steve used it, he was on a motorbike. He jumped off. He threw it to the back of two things on the plane in Winter Soldier when he's escaping the base, shield base, and then he jumps back off.
Yeah.
Yeah, or he uses it to impact the fall.
The shield used to feel so much more important.
It was an emblem. Of
It was an
something.
emblem of Captain America.
Of like that hope and that.
Yeah.
And that's what the show. Yeah, that's what was so good about the show with John Walker was that he took that away from the shield.
Yeah.
Because he tainted it by ruining it, like by fucking losing his shit and just murdering somebody with it. And it was really harsh. And then Sam had to earn it back. And then it kind of took a back seat in this to the wings. I feel like the wings were still more important than the shield.
Yeah, they were in this. But I guess you could look at the shield. You think of the shield. That goes to Steve.
But
Sam's
the point
maybe.
of the show was to pass the shield to Sam. If Sam isn't
Is-
worthy of the shield, then what was the point of making the entire show about?
Yeah, true.
Because the start of the
I
show
need to
is
watch.
he
I
gives-
want to watch the show.
He gives it at
Even
the start
if
of
it's
it,
not
he
that
gives
great.
the shield to the Smithsonian Museum, and then they give it to John Walker, and he's like, "Oh, we can't have that." And so the entire show, he's like trying to get it back off John Walker, and then John Walker gets the superhero serum, super soldier serum, and then so that's what makes him kind of lose his mind, right? And then so Sam then at that point decides not to take the serum because he watched what happened to John. And then at the end of it, he goes through a big
Makes sense.
speech and he gets the shield back and then he's Captain America.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so if the shield wasn't, like, if he doesn't feel right holding the shield, then why bother having the show in the first place? Because that's the shield makes him
True.
Captain America.
That's
If
true.
he
It
didn't
does-
have
yeah.
the shield, he'd just
That's it.
be the
It's-
Falcon.
The shield is symbol of Captain America. You see that shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Captain America.
They had like little bits where he threw it on the ground and it came back up and you had like the little music play and it was like a shot of the thing. It was like cool.
Mm.
It didn't. I don't know. Maybe he needed to throw it to save like a hostage from being shot and like puts it in between. Or like maybe he dives in between danger. I don't know. It didn't feel the morals. Well, not that he's immoral, but the same way that Cap fights, or the same way that Cap thinks, Steve thinks. I feel like I lost a little bit. And I get Sam's a different character, but he was trying to get up to this level.
Yeah.
Like, you can see at the start, he goes for the hostages instead, and that's their way of going, oh, he's Captain America.
Exactly, for the people.
But it's just a fight scene, isn't it? I don't remember him helping the hostages leave.
No,
He
he
just-
just saved them.
He just
And
punched
then,
the bad guy
Yeah.
and then left.
Exactly, he just saved them and left.
Like, if anything,
True.
what he could have done was, if he would have put himself in between the fire, like in between the gunfire, if he would have like
Yeah.
escort them out of the building.
Yeah, let the hostages get out on himself in front of them.
Yeah, and then he stayed back and like he had to shield and stuff, and then throw it that way to that guy
That's
around
more
that corner,
Captain
and then
America.
you leave, get out of here quickly, go, and then he just jumps out a window because there's an RPG coming. I don't know. That's pretty much the scene. That's pretty much the start of Civil War with Wanda, but
hey, it works.
like they tried to copy Civil War throughout the entire film anyway.
Yeah, I noticed it too. Which they're gonna do a lot.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to.
We rambled for a bit, but you got some time to cut it up.
Yeah, but no, that was good. You know, look, 3 out of 5. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best, but it was alright.
I think they have still improved. Like, yes, that was messy, but
It was
overall,
messy.
the story was all like it didn't feel politically driven. It didn't feel director driven. It didn't like there wasn't any bias towards it. It was just a Marvel movie, and I like that. I do like that. It was just trying to be
Sure.
a Marvel movie. It wasn't
Sure.
trying to be a message. Wait, no, do it. Don't
Well,
override the plot for it.
no, not at all.
Or if you're going to, do it properly. And I think Falcon and Winter Soldier did it properly with Isaiah.
Okay.
With the
Did you like the show? Was it good?
It's about as good as the movie.
Okay.
Maybe a bit better.
Okay.
Bucky, no, the action's better. Bucky's good in it.
Okay.
The show's
I'll
better
check
than
it out.
the
I'll
show's
watch it.
better than that.
But anyway, that's
Yep.
our Captain America Brave New World ramble, rant, review, whatever you want to call that. Let us know what you guys think of it. It doesn't come out till tomorrow in the States, but, you know, as people watch it, comment down below what you guys think. Because I'm interested to see what the rest of the audience will say.
The
I'm
rewatch
predict-
will be interesting.
I'm predicting in the 60s for the audience score. But we'll see tomorrow.
Probably not higher than 70.
No, I can't see it, but Marvel's got an 80% audience, so who knows? Who knows? Anyway, yeah, enjoyable movie for the most part. It wasn't terrible, and it was. You would never think you would see Harrison Ford in Marvel, so that was cool. Any last points? No,
That's
alright.
pretty much it.
Yeah, thanks guys for watching, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode of the Movie Pod. Goodbye now.